All new at 6, some people are leaving South Florida, and it's not just because of the soaring housing prices. They say it's a mix of burnout, limited job growth, and shifting lifestyles. And the list just keeps getting bigger, pushing some residents to reconsider their future here.
CBS News member's Trish Christakis spoke with one local man who's preparing to leave, and he's not alone.
Yeah, this was bound to happen at some point because people have been moving down to Florida for years and years and years. Traffic there is a mess. People have been going there to retire. And on top of that, once you move to Florida, you have to deal with Florida man. If you know, you know. You know Florida man, the most, fun person in the world, Florida man. So on top of dealing with the Florida man, you also have to deal with the guy who wears high heels, their governor. What's his name? Oh, yeah, Ron DeSantis, or like Trump would call him, Ron DeSanctimonious. So you have to deal with the high cost of living. You have to deal with crazy traffic because people are always there. Tourists are always there. And then you have to deal with the Florida man who's crazy out of his rocker. And then you have to deal with high heels, Ron DeSanctimonious on top of that. I don't blame them if you're moving out of Florida. But let's watch the clip and see why this guy is moving out of Florida. And as we watch, please like, subscribe.
I am leaving Miami.
Cody Bunch moved to South Florida in 2021, chasing what he always thought was his dream. It's even documented here in a scrapbook the 32-year-old made back in high school.
Yeah, dreams and goals. There's Miami. There's Miami Beach, so I live right behind that now. And now it's not necessarily a dream and a goal anymore.
Wait, so his dream was to move to Florida? Like that is your dream, like you're in high school. You're dreaming like, other people are dreaming. I want to be a doctor. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be, whatever. And then you're dreaming, I want to move to Florida. That's the dream? Like, is he Cuban or? No, I'm just joking. Cubans, don't come for me. I thought he might be Cuban because Cubans always, you can't talk Miami without talking Cubans. Shout out to all the Cubans there, and let me shout out before I get canceled. So let's continue with the guy's dream of Florida and his Florida man issues. Let's continue.
Just a few years later, that dream is starting to feel more like a burden.
One, the salaries here just don't add up to the cost of living here. But just overall, the cost of everything is so much more expensive than it was 4 years ago.
Okay, now on a serious note, though, I'm not going to be joking about this. On a serious note, people have been going to Florida for so long. They've been buying condos there, especially older people, like retired people buying condos. And then you're getting hit with crazy HOA fees. I believe Florida has one of the highest HOAs out of, I think, in America. They're one of the states with the most HOAs. And, sometimes the HOAs in Florida are even more than your actual mortgage. Like you'll be paying, I don't know, $1,000. For example, that's not real number. $1,000 for your mortgage, and then you're going to be paying $2,000 HOA fees. Like that makes no sense. So if you're buying a house, especially a condo in Florida, you're going to be screwed. If you're renting, maybe you're going to be cool, but you can live. But for most people who bought condos in Florida, they're quite screwed. If you bought a normal house in Florida, you are also screwed. Where do you think you're going? I'm talking to you also. If you bought a normal house in Florida, you are also screwed because of the homeowner's insurance. I made a video a couple of months ago that, I've covered the issue of insurance, homeowners insurance in Florida. All of them are leaving Florida because of the hurricanes and because of Ron DeSanctimonious. I should stop joking around. Because of, insurance companies don't want to pay when a hurricane happens and it destroys your roof or whatever happens, destroys your property. So many insurance companies are leaving Florida. So the few that are left, they can charge you whatever, they can reject you. So Florida is not looking good. It is not looking good. But let's hear it from a professional real estate person. And as we watch, like and subscribe.
Cody's not alone. A local broker says rent prices skyrocketed during the pandemic, and they've only continued climbing.
And many people have unfortunately been priced out. Single-family home median pricing has gone up 90% Q1 of this year versus Q1 of 2019 pre-COVID. So the squeeze on your typical person became very, very tight in the post-COVID reality here.
But there's more to it than just money. For some, Cody says it's also the fast pace of life and the lack of career growth that's making it harder to stay long term.
Don't see progress in their career. They're not moving up. They're not getting the pay advances they need or pay increases they need to kind of make it work in this city. So I think just kind of burnout, and then career-wise, there's not really a lot of movement in the city for careers.
While Cody packs up his studio apartment, he says he still loves Miami, but it's just not sustainable for the average person anymore. Next week, he's heading to Atlanta.
An apartment there, it has the pool, 2-story gym, co-working spaces since I work from home. It has a rooftop lounge, city views, everything, and it's about $1,500 cheaper than I'm paying here.
Well, that's quite something, because he is living the red state, one of the reddest states in the, quite possibly living the red state because of, job situation. The pay is low, there are very few jobs, and he's moving to a blue state. He's moving to Atlanta, which, for many people in red states, they really quite despise the blue states. They say it's full of crime and full of all these things. But the truth is, most of these blue states do have more jobs. They do have more jobs and more employment opportunities. If you stay away from the cities, whatever. My point is, he's moving from red to blue, and at the same time, he's being replaced by people moving from blue to red. I do not want this to be a political thing, but, everybody that I know in Miami is as red as they come. They are as MAGA as they come, and they have some of the worst people ever. They have Ron DeSanctimonious. They have the fresh and fit guys. Like, everybody out there is quite something. So personally, would I move to Florida? You already know the answer to that. I will not move to Florida. Maybe just to go visit the beach, and that's it, really. Eat some good Cuban food, make peace with the Cubans. I love you, Cubans. Don't be mad at me. And that's really it. But aside from that, I don't see myself ever living in Florida, because I'm no Florida man. And that's it for today. That's enough for the video. Enough of my rambling nonsense as usual. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share this on all the networks. I'll see you.
Oh my goodness, all the networks! Wow! All the networks!